Okay guys, this is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you with a tutorial video. I'm just doing this to show you guys how I like to import CDs, copy them as it were into my collection, rip them, integrate them, all that fun stuff. So anyway, as you can see, we're starting off in Exact Audio Copy. It is my personal favorite software for ripping CDs. It's a very popular piece of software. If you guys want to learn how to use it, I'd recommend, looking up some tutorials on the internet, as it's full of awesome tutorials for this. And it does take a little bit of configuration to get it working exactly the way that you want it to. Anyway, I already put the disc in the tray, so I'm going to go ahead and, as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of nothing. We don't know what artist is, tracks, any of that. That's very easy to resolve. To go ahead and look it up. And it's trying to find what is this bad boy. So, let's just edit the search terms here a tad, shall we? I like to get the large images if we can. Ooh, 953 by 953. That's a great size. So we'll select that one. And I'll edit the genre here for kicks. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and rip it to a compressed file, not a wave. You got the wave option if you want. Excuse me. So I'm going to go ahead and rip it. I ripped a 320 kilobit MP3. This will also do FLAC or many other formats that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy it to my ripped folder here. Hit the OK button. And as you can see, it copies. One thing that I like to do as it is copying is create a subfolder in here for the album of what it's going to be. And it's going to take a few minutes to copy, roughly 4 minutes, I guess. In that time, I will show you the rest of the process. One thing that I like to do is I like to use MP3 tag on the tags to change, the info in the tag, how it's read by different programs and all of that. I'll go ahead and I'll bring in my favorite media player right now, which is Musicbee, but we're jumping ahead of ourselves just a little bit there. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look here and see how far along we are. We are on track 3 of 13. The reason I'm kind of doing this in real time, guys, is so you can kind of get an idea of exactly what this entails. Now, my computer is fairly fast. It's not bad at all. It's, quad-core processor, i7, 32 gig of RAM, 250 gig SSD, very fast computer. But it's not really going to be taxing your machine very much. Let's see, what are we at on EAC here? As you can see, we're not high on the CPU and we're not high on the memory. But obviously, if you have a really old computer, this may be a slower process. What else will slow this process down a good amount is if the CD is messed up, as in scratched or real dirty or whatever. This can definitely take a lot longer to copy. The reason it's copying fairly fast is because this is a brand new CD out of the package, no flaws, no scratches, any of that stuff. So it's definitely ripping very quickly. But again, if you have a somewhat defective CD, it's going to take a lot longer. And what's really awesome about Exact Audio Copy, let's say you have a really messed up disc, it'll keep passing over that disc over and over and over again, trying to get every bit of information off of it and get it as accurately as it can. So this is actually a great program to try to rescue data off of discs that may not be playing so well in your CD player. Just make sure you give it a good cleaning before you put it in your disk drive. That will definitely make your life a bit easier. But of course, some discs are so messed up that even with the best efforts of this program, it'll still, you'll still get distorted. That's what I'm looking for. Distorted files when you try to play them back. And we'll get to that a little bit when it's finished copying and we get to the summary of it. Again, guys, I just want to apologize for the time that this is taking. But it's almost done. We're on track 11 now, and it's only 13 tracks. So, as you can tell, each track only takes a matter of seconds to copy. Again, this is a very impressive speed. And what's very interesting about this, I actually have the settings set for the most accurate rips, not just the quickest. Because when you set the program up, part of what it asks you is, what do you want, accuracy or speed? And I go for accuracy. And this is still fairly fast, even aiming for accuracy. So anyway, it just finished up. So we'll go ahead and hit the OK button. Now, if there were any errors in this, right here, on the track screen, it'll tell you where the errors occurred. And to verify whether the files are good or not, you just got to play the files back, and it'll tell you where in the track. It'll say, like, from 1 minute to 1 minute and 10, maybe some errors were found. So you can just listen to those parts of the song, and you'll be able to tell if it's, messed up or not. So anyway, that's it. We're done copying, so we can go ahead and close out this program. Now, let's go ahead and move the actual MP3 files here into the folder. And now we'll go ahead and change to that directory here in the folder. And there we go. Got a whole bunch of stuff here. And I do want to change a couple things. I'm going to remove Best Buy Edition. Yeah, that's where I bought it, but who cares? I don't need to be reminded of that for, until the end of time. Let's go ahead and get rid of the disc number. And just for fun, let's go ahead and make the album artist the same and hit the save button. And it saves in about 1 second, the tags. So, what I like to do now, very simply, is cut and paste the files from the local desktop here to my NAS device, because nobody has their music library on their desktop, or at least you darn well shouldn't. So anyway, and I really highly recommend NAS devices. You can obviously store multiple terabytes on a NAS device, much more efficiently than on your desktop. That way, especially on a NAS device, it's, available to many devices, not just your PC. It's designed for sharing files. I mean, yeah, you can do the same thing with file shares and Windows and all that, but it's just way easier and better to do it on a NAS device, at least in my opinion. So if you have the budget and you have a media collection, it's a worthwhile buy. As you can see, the files are, the folder's already over here on the NAS device. And as you can see, it's already in the Musicbee player. So let's go ahead and it has a little feature. It has an inbox. So let's go ahead and I'll just move that to the music folder. Now sort by artist. And scroll down to our good buddies Megadeth here, and yep, there it is. What we just copied. It's now ready for playback, transcoding, whatever. And that's basically it. That is my... Oh, one other thing. It is, of course, uploading to Google Music there in the background, which is, really nice. So there you have it. That's pretty much going to wrap this up. If you guys did like this, as always, please a thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Oh, one other thing, guys. If you guys need a method, feel free to rip this off, this method. If you have a different method, let me know in the comments below. I'd be real interested to hear how you guys integrate this stuff into your collection. That's it. See you guys real soon. Oh, guys, this is just an addendum here. Sorry about this. One thing that I do like to do also is I like to keep track of all the CDs that I own in a spreadsheet. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter in here this one here that I just got. And you might be wondering, what's the number there off to the side? Well, that is the dynamic range for that release. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to look this up here and see what we got for this. So just bear with me here, guys. This is an awesome website, and I will talk about this in much more detail when I will do a video about this, guys. Rest assured, because I do like to discuss loudness war and all that. So anyway, that's that. I got my dynamic range value. This is not a numerical value of what I think, just its dynamic range value. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for bearing with me, and yeah, see you guys next time.